Considered one of the greatest and most skillful players of all time, known for his passing, vision and playing ability, an accurate finisher with both feet, both inside and outside the box, as well as being a specialist in free kicks and penalties. Skills that enchanted one generation and traumatized others. Renowned icon of the sport, perhaps the greatest dribbler of all time, with his cheerful and fun style of play. This is the story of the Witcher. In the pinned comment, you will find the link to the detailed ebook I made about this player's career for a symbolic fee. Help us grow and bring more content to you. Ronaldo de Assis Moreira, born on March 21, 1980, in the city of Porto Alegre, capital of Rio Grande do Sul. You probably know him as Ronaldinho Gaúcho, son of a saleswoman and an amateur football player who played for the Cruzeiro Sports Club. After his older brother signed a contract with Grêmio, the family moved to a house in the Guarujá neighborhood in Porto Alegre, place where he ended up losing his father in a domestic accident. At the age of 8, Ronaldo's skills began to blossom, and he received the nickname Ronaldinho, as he was usually the smallest and youngest in the club's youth games. During this time, he also ventured into futsal and beach football, which helped develop his skills. He began to appear to the world at the age of 13, when he scored all 23 goals in a 23-0 victory against a local team. Being classified as a rising star in the 1997 Under-17 World Cup held in Egypt, Ronaldinho began his professional career at Grêmio, the club where he grew up, making his debut in the 1998 Libertadores competition, in which Grêmio was eliminated in the quarterfinals. In total, he played 31 matches during the year and scored 6 goals for Grêmio during the year. In '99, Ronaldinho began to break out, with 22 goals in 47 games, making majestic performances, even more so in the final of the state championship against International. That same year, in April, Ronaldinho participated in the Under-20 World Cup with the Brazilian team, in a team that included Fabio, Julio Cesar, Juan and Edu. Brazil reached the quarterfinals, losing to Uruguay, while the champion was Xavi's Spain. In the Brazilian main team, Ronaldinho also won his first call-up and was also called up for the Copa America, with Brazil beating Uruguay in the final 3-0. Days later, the star was also part of the group that went to the Confederations Cup. Despite having lost the final to Mexico, the Witcher was the cup's top scorer and voted the best player. Increasing his numbers even further, Ronaldinho scored 28 goals in 34 games, in a campaign that took Grêmio to the semi-finals of the João Havelange Cup, which was the final phase of the Brazilian Championship at the time. At the Sydney Olympics, Ronaldinho was part of the group that reached the quarterfinals, losing to Cameroon, which went on to win the tournament. Grêmio managed to keep the player until 2001, when the contract only ran until February of that year, and the family, together with the player, decided it was time to go to Europe. Arsenal expressed interest in signing the player, but the lack of a work permit meant the deal fell apart, as the player did not have enough international appearances. Another factor that interrupted the negotiation was the star's involvement in a fake passport scheme. However, in the same year, he arranged his transfer to Paris Saint-Germain for €5 million. Wearing the number 21 shirt, he was placed in a team that had Aloisio, JJ Okocha, and Anelka. Ronaldinho debuted in August 2001, coming off the bench in a draw against Auxerre. The Witcher spent most of his first games alternating between the starter and the bench. He scored his first goal on the 13th of October in a draw against Lyon, scoring the equalizer from the penalty spot. After the mid-season break, Ronaldinho took off, scoring in every match for 4 consecutive matches. He scored important goals against Monaco, Rennes, Lens and Lorient. In the French league, called Division 1 at the time, the team finished in 4th place, securing a place in the UEFA Cup. In the French League Cup, Ronaldinho also had an influence, helping the team reach the semi-finals until they were eliminated by Bordeaux. Despite Ronaldinho's numbers and success in his first season at the club, the season also had certain controversies, particularly with coach Luis Fernandes. He reported that the Brazilian was more focused on his nights out than playing ball, and that his holidays in Brazil never ended. Brazil came to the 2002 World Cup with the famous attacking trio formed by Ronaldo, Rivaldo and Ronaldinho. His most memorable match came in the quarter-finals against England. With the Brazilian team losing the match 1-0, Ronaldinho made a beautiful play that resulted in Rivaldo's goal, tying the match. So doing that, he turned the match around. In the final against Germany, the phenomenon Ronaldo shone and led the Brazilian team to their 5th championship. Despite the feud with the coach, Ronaldinho was given the number 10 shirt the following season. Even though his performances dropped a little compared to the previous season, Bruxo continued to put on a show in matches for the Parisian club. In October 2002, he scored twice against Olympique Marseille, both of which were remarkable feats. In February 2003, he scored the goal voted the most beautiful of the season by the public against Guingamp. In the UEFA Cup, the team was eliminated by Boavista in the 3rd round. In the French Cup this time, the team managed to get past Bordeaux thanks to 2 goals from Ronaldinho in the match, taking the team to the final. Despite a sensational performance in the first leg, with 2 goals from Bruxo, the team was unable to hold on to their advantage and lost the second leg to Auxerre, finishing 2nd in the championship. After the team's lack of success, finishing only in 11th place in the French championship and not qualifying for any European competition, the player expressed his desire to leave the team. In Barcelona, the newly elected president Joan Laporta, wanting to elevate Barcelona to the top clubs in the world, wanted to sign a football star. With Henry's denial of the Catalan club's offer and David Beckham's transfer to rival Real Madrid, Barcelona entered into a dispute against Manchester United for the signing of Bruxo and closed the deal at $30 million. With injury problems during the first part of the season, Ronaldinho took a while to get going, however, demonstrating lapses in what he knew how to do. In the second part of the season, the star scored 15 goals, helping his team to finish in 2nd place in the championship, behind only Valencia. In the Copa del Rey, the team was eliminated in the round of 16. However, one game marked that season, the game that, according to Xavi, was the beginning of Barcelona's rise. The game against Real Madrid in April 2004, the Witcher helped Xavi score and defeat his biggest rival at the Santiago Bernabeu, something that hadn't happened in 7 years. A magical season for Ronaldinho, with his growing fame, entertainment and results on the field, both in La Liga and in the Champions League. Despite the team being eliminated in the round of 16 by Chelsea, with the star playing barbarously, the star also provided the assist for Lionel Messi's first goal in May 2005. In the 2005 Confederations Cup, Ronaldinho, as captain of the team, led the team to another title, beating Argentina in the final. With Barcelona winning La Liga, Ronaldinho was named FIFA's Best Player of the Year. Accumulating several personal awards, Ronaldinho entered the season flying, scoring twice in a 3-0 win against Real Madrid in November 2005. A performance which received a standing ovation from the Madridista fans, winning La Liga again for the 2nd year in a row. In the Champions League, the team managed to defeat Chelsea in the round of 16 this time, with Bruxo destroying the Londoners' defence. They eliminated Benfica in the quarter-finals. They suffered against Milan in the semis, but went through thanks to an assist from the star. And they finally defeated Arsenal in the final 2-1, giving the Witcher their long-awaited Champions League. Just missing out on the Copa del Rey title, the star showed his best career numbers. As a result, the star was consecutively elected Best Player of the Year by FIFA and won his only Ballon d'Or in his career. What many say is the Ronaldinho best season of his career. In the World Cup, Brazil came with the famous magical quartet, formed by Adriano, Kaká, Ronaldo and Ronaldinho. However, the team was unbalanced and very heavy, and the long-awaited Hexa did not come to the Canary Islands team. The team lost 1-0 in the quarter-finals to Zidane and Henry's France. Ronaldinho finished the World Cup without any goals and with just one assist. The Witcher continued to put on a show in La Liga, but the team had a disastrous season compared to previous ones, losing the Club World Cup to International, finishing the league tied on points with Real, but losing on the tiebreaker criteria, and being eliminated in the round of 16 in the Champions League by Liverpool. Ronaldinho finished the FIFA best vote in third, losing to Cannavaro. Having been an exemplary professional, dedicating himself assiduously to training during his initial seasons in Barcelona, Ronaldinho's partying style and subsequent lack of dedication to training resulted in a drop in his physical performance, with an injury to his right leg ending his season prematurely. Despite not having the star, the team reached the semi-finals of the Champions League and came third in the Spanish Championship. Despite being only 27 years old, many believed that the star was already past his peak. The president of the Catalan club even said that the star needed a new challenge, that if he wanted to revive his career, he would need to go to a new club. Pep Guardiola took over the first team, and with reports that the coach wanted to shield Messi from the indiscipline of certain players, Guardiola declared that he would not count on the player or Deco for next season. Then the proposals began. After turning down an offer from Manchester City of £25.50, the club accepted an offer from Milan of €24 million. As the number 10 shirt was already occupied by Clarence Seedorf, the star chose to wear the number 80 as an allusion to his year of birth. Before wearing the Italian Giants shirt, Ronaldinho tried again for the long-awaited Olympic gold with the national team. However, the team lost to Messi's team in the semi-finals, finishing third in the Olympics. With a team that had Dida, Thiago Silva, Maldini, Gattuso, Kaká, Beckham, Pirlo, Seedorf, Shevchenko and Inzaghi. Ronaldinho had a good start to the season, scoring his first goal against Inter Milan in September 2008. Ronaldinho had problems with his physique and saw his performance drop, being benched in many matches. The team finished third in the Italian Championship and was eliminated in the third round of the UEFA Cup. With his continued lack of dedication to training and constant presence in nightlife, even his coach, Carlo Ancelotti, criticized the star. His second season at the Italian club also didn't start well, but soon the Witcher began to remember the star he had once been. However, the team was eliminated harshly by Manchester United in the Champions League, and he finished third again in the Italian Championship, with Ronaldinho being the leader in assists. Despite being part of the pre-list with 30 names for the 2010 World Cup, Ronaldinho, along with Adriano and Ronaldo, were left out of the squad. The team was once again eliminated in the quarter-finals by the Netherlands this time. The following season had everything going for it, with the arrivals of Ibrahimovic and Robinho, but the Stars scored just one goal until the middle of the season. With the dissatisfaction on the part of coach Maximiliano Allegri and the Stars' dissatisfaction with remaining on the bench, it was common sense that it was time to negotiate the star. With several transfer speculations to the United States, Premier League, and even his childhood team, the Witcher finally signed with Flamengo in January 2011. Scoring his first goal with the red and black shirt in February of the same year against Boa Vista. The star won the Guanabara Cup with the club in the same month, and the Rio Championship 2 months later, as the team was also the winner of the Rio Cup. In July 2011, Ronaldinho played what was perhaps his best game for the club, scoring a hat-trick against Santos and securing the comeback victory. However, the club was only in fourth place in the championship, despite the Stars' good numbers. The year also marked the Stars' return to the national team, making important appearances in friendlies. After losing the Rio Championship to Fluminense and with wages delayed by the club, the player's relationship with the Rio club began to enter into crisis. After disappearing for a few days, in May the star sued the Rio club and cancelled his contract with the team, citing lack of payment for 4 months. 4 days later he signed with Atlético Mineiro for a 6-month contract. Gaúcho led the team to second place in the Brazilian Championship and was voted the best player in the league. He finished the Brazilian League campaign with 9 goals and 12 assists, winning the Golden Ball from Placar magazine. The Witcher started the year by winning the Minas Gerais State Championship. However, in the Brazilian League, the club finished only in 8th place, seeing its biggest rival win the title. However, after a dramatic campaign, winning the semi-finals and the final on penalties, Ronaldinho led the club to win the Libertadores, scoring 4 goals and 8 assists during the campaign. Though in the Club World Cup, the club lost to Casablanca, becoming the first Brazilian club to be eliminated in the semi-finals of the FIFA Club World Cup. After winning the Recopa Sul-Americana in 2014. In July, the star and the club decided to end their relationship, claiming that he wanted to leave at a victorious moment for the club, and again the player was free on the market. On September 5, 2014, Ronaldinho signed with Querétaro Football Club, a team from Mexico, for 2 years. He debuted in September in the team's defeat to Tigres, in which the star missed a penalty. Ronaldinho only spent 9 months at the club. He was an important player during the Mexican Clausura runner-up campaign. He scored a total of 8 goals in 29 games. The player returned to Brazil in July 2015, signing an 18-month contract with Fluminense, but 3 months later, he and the club agreed to end the contract. Passage in which he played only 7 matches and did not score once. In 2018, after more than 2 years without signing a professional contract with any team, Ronaldinho's brother finally confirmed that the player had retired, putting an end to the glorious career of Ronaldo de Assis Moreira, known as Ronaldinho Gaúcho.